It was when I went to high school, and now I became exposed to this lady song. I mean, listening to her song, her music.
Yeah.
I thought this is what my parents were going on about, because I wouldn't have comprehended that that is what she meant. No, there is no pun. It is just raw out in the open. There is no, you know.
And exposed to the young and the youths that just absorbing everything. But it's like you said, what Lady Saw pales in comparison to what's going on today.
Absolutely.
I'm a big Lady Saw fan, I must tell you.
Well, that is good to know.
Yeah, man. But in my day, when I was a youngster, my father had a record collection. You have someone on the top shelf that you don't go find. And these are things like Mighty Sparrow and comedy records by Red Fox and these well-known comedians. You don't go for that because it's a little risky. And when friends come around and they play it, children outside, as far outside as you can go, you're not exposed to that. And I suppose these kids just grow up much too fast these days.
Too exposed to everything. There is nothing hidden from them anymore. We haven't allowed our generation of children to grow as children, then become teenagers. It is very sad for me. And so, for me, listening to the songs and hearing the artist, what's his name? Oh my God, I forgot his name, but he was doing a Ding Dong. I don't know if you know of Ding Dong.
Yeah, man, of course.
Ding Dong, I have a lot of respect for him because he actually called out the artists in the business to say, listen, take responsibility for what it is that you're putting out there as lyrical content, because you have a vast majority of listeners from different generations, especially the younger youths. We are exposing our children to way too much. The adult content and the violence in there, it's really and truly very bothersome and concerning. We have increased murder rates daily, and guess the age groups of the murderers?
16, 18?
Younger than that too. Children are becoming more violent towards each other in the schools.
Right.
And I am not saying that it is your responsibility to be a role model because you have to make your money, but I'm saying that why it is that we have to become so limited in our creativity to a point where we just fit lewd lyrics that has criminal elements and criminal intentions in there and want to pass it off as I am not responsible, or we are. Knowing that word sounds power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But ask yourself why some of the kids' heroes, how much of them are in jail? I can think of 4 at the top of my head.
You want us to start calling names?
Well, we don't have to. I think it's well known.
And that is enough to know that we are in trouble.
Yes, of course. And you talk about influence, Liza. It's not my parents put a guitar in my hand and say, you're going to learn to play that. It's the music that I was listening to and hearing these songs. I tell you, I went to a movie when I was a young lad, about 14 or 15, and saw this band from England named Shadow was playing these shiny red Fender guitars, and I was in love. That influenced me. You know. So when people tell you that one music is not an influence, but as I said, I will defend your right to do it. I just want problem I think in Jamaica is a societal one, and the kids them don't have that guidance that you had, where your mother would say, listening to Lady Saw, you want to box your
We're exposed now. We have phones, we have laptops, we have iPads. So everything is there. It's not like it was once upon a time when it was only radio and telephone.
No, but what's hidden from the wise and prudent? The bill and something. But it's for guidance. If you're watching some TV shows, you see, it's PG, parental guidance.
Yes.
That's what we're missing. We're missing that parental guidance in our society right now.
Everything is just out there. And, you know, we speak on this as if it is really a joke. We're laughing, but we know it's not a joking matter because,
No,
for
it's
example,
far.
I
Far.
have children. I have 2 boys, and I have to ensure that they understand that. Listen, those contents that's not, as a matter of fact, thankfully they understand that it is not something that I desire for them to repeat if they happen to buck it up in my absence, because we can't control them. We absolutely can't. In these times, you realize that parenting becomes a lot more difficult now because there's so many things out there that is at the children. It's at their fingertips.
Right.
So you can't hide anything. Nothing is really taboo anymore. Therefore, it makes your job a lot more difficult to want to be as protected. The only thing you could think of is to dig a hole and go live under a rock with them. But realistically speaking, we have to exist in the world that we have today. And so the only thing that you can do is to provide them with the guidance so that they understand and know the difference between right and wrong. However, however it is that they decide to move on in life when they get older and become their own independent people, it really is a matter of what their preferences, what their choices have been. But I make sure from now they understand that, listen, don't repeat that song around me. First of all, I don't even listen to certain kinds of songs around them. I stick to my age. I'm not so much of a dinosaur, but kind of like, offspring from the dinosaur kind of thingy,
Don't say, because I won't believe you. Don't say that you're old, because I will not believe you.
So, in having that, thank you by the way. So in having that, I stick to that era of music, and that's all I would listen to. So like for example, I'm listening to Michael Jackson, and I'm listening to Bob Marley, and I'm listening to Dennis Brown, then I'm listening to Paris Hammond, and then I'll go on and I'll listen to like a Celine Dion or a Patti Austin or Patti LaBelle, and then my children would be like, "Mom, you're such a dinosaur. You're so old school." And I said, "Listen, this is actual music. I don't know what you guys have now, but this is music." As I listen to the lyrics of the song, and some of them have actually said, you have one who he will spend time to listen to the lyrics, and he's like, "Oh, I like this song." I think what they go for, the rhythm of the music is what really captures your ears, your attention. And then before you know it, you get zoomed into the content, and then you start spewing the lyrics. I don't want my boys, and I emphasize boys, because that music that is out there now, it is also what is creating the lack of regard that men or young men should show to their opposing gender. There's too much brutality, there's too much violence, this and there is no regard, there is nothing, and unfortunately the negative tends to be more viral than the positive. It has been an amazing and quite an interesting interview with you. I enjoyed the discussion, and I just want to congratulate you for still having the fire, still going at it, still doing what you're doing, independent of Chalice and with Chalice as well. It's very inspiring, it's encouraging, and I do hope that our listeners and those who are also in the industry will use this moment as an opportunity to look within themselves to see what is it that I can do to contribute to our music industry. How can I help to improve our music industry, our talents, our skills, and the reach that we want to have and the impact we want to have. It's all about passing it on and moving forward and paying it forward. And our forefathers paved the way, the greats of the Jimmy Cliff, the Dennis Brown, the Bob Marleys. So what more can we do? We need to honor them by continuing to build and enhance and improve on what was there before. And with that said,
most definitely. And I just want to tell you thanks so much, because this wasn't even much of an interview as it was a nice conversation.
Yes, it was.
And I really enjoyed it.
I did
Just
too. I did too. So we will be in touch. Thank you
I hope so.
so much, Wayne. I appreciated this conversation.
You're welcome.
Alrighty. You take
Win
care.
and come again.
Win and come again it is. Adios, mi amigo.
Blessings. Thank you.
All
Muy
right.
gracias.
This is a Pinchy Kobe production.